Hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm delighted to introduce our edited volume, which brings together new perspectives on the urban sharing economy, sustainability, and institutionalization. It's an open access title, free to read, download, and share on ELGA online, thanks to generous funding support from the European Research Council under the European Union Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Programme, Grant Agreement 77/1872. This volume is written by established and emerging scholars, and it examines the sharing economy's impact on urban sustainability. It examines its business models and governance modes. It offers insights for researchers, policymakers, and urban planners. The volume consists of 3 thematic sections. One is on business models, the other one is on sustainability impacts, and then governance and policy. In Chapter 1, Yulia Vaitenko-Palgan and I introduced the urban sharing economy as a business phenomenon shaped by digital technologies and governance. We examine how traditional sharing practices, once based on personal networks, have expanded into large-scale platforms and monetized transactions. In Chapter 2, John Williamson explores the ideological tensions in the sharing economy in Gothenburg, Sweden. Some see business models as essential for financial sustainability, while others argue they prioritize profit over community values. In Chapter 3, Emily Silva and I examine libraries of things across North America, Europe, and Australia. These initiatives blend social and sharing economies, providing an alternative to traditional consumption-based businesses. In Chapter 4, Vadim Grinevich, Franz Huber, Katharina Obenholzer, and Linda Baines take a business ecosystem approach to urban sharing. They explore case studies from European cities to show how external factors such as regulation, technology, and funding shape the growth of sharing businesses. In Chapter 5, Andres Plepis and Anna Maria Arbeláez-Vélez take a critical look at the environmental impacts of car sharing in Amsterdam. They conclude that while car sharing can reduce emissions, it may also encourage more travel and car use in unexpected ways. In Chapter 6, I explore tool and toy sharing initiatives in Melbourne and Toronto. I analyze their business models, sustainability impacts, and governance strategies. The chapter highlights the critical role of city governance in supporting non-profit sharing initiatives. In Chapter 7, Vera Sadowska, Yulia Vaitenko-Palgan, and I examined the economic viability of food sharing initiatives in Barcelona. We highlight their social benefits while exposing the financial and regulatory challenges they face. In Chapter 8, Louisiana Paganelli traces the evolution of car sharing policies in Melbourne and the challenges of integrating car sharing into the city mobility systems. In Chapter 9, Yulia Vaitenko-Palgan and I compare how 10 cities, Amsterdam, Berlin, Gothenburg, London, Malmö, Melbourne, San Francisco, Seoul, Shanghai, and Toronto govern the sharing economy. In Chapter 10, Isabella Bremer-Carrasco presents an in-depth case study of Airbnb in Amsterdam. She explores the governance tensions between local, national, and European authorities in regulating digital platforms. And finally, in Chapter 11, Yulia Vaitenko-Palgan and I explore whether the sharing economy can support sufficiency. We examine how sharing initiatives might help cities move toward less material use and discuss policies to ensure this transition. So who should read this book? This book can be read by policymakers and urban planners seeking to regulate the sharing economy. It's also interesting for researchers and students exploring business models, their environmental and social impacts, and governance. It is also of interest for business leaders designing sustainable, equitable sharing initiatives, as well as for citizens and activities advocating for responsible sharing practices. So what sets this book apart? Well, it brings global perspective as Case studies come from a number of countries and cities. It offers empirical depth as data come from interviews, mobile research labs, policy analysis, and environmental impact assessments. And it provides interdisciplinary approach. It combines business studies, urban studies, environmental studies, and public policy. So to conclude, the sharing economy presents both opportunities and challenges for sustainable cities, and this book helps the readers critically assess sharing initiatives and shape effective policies. It is interesting for policymakers, researchers, and entrepreneurs, and it's an essential guide for this evolving landscape. Thank you very much.